Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Octoman, and this is the live stream, or for you later on, the video about Epic War Saga Relaunch 2K18. So, in this part, we are going to go and hopefully beat Mission 5 in Chapter 6, which can be rather troublesome since, well, this is going to be kinda mini boss as in all the other missions as well, and so it can take a while until I'm able to beat it. It depends also on what equipment I have, and so that's where we're gonna start over here pretty quick. So currently I have 5 Gungnir and one of these Lightsaber Z or that, depending on where you come from. So probably we're gonna check out the sky first, and then we decide what we want to do. Also, I might want to go into, since there came a request, basically, to farm some cat god stuff. So cat god stuff basically should be part of level 9 in the blacksmith. So meaning I have to upload or upgrade or whatever, upgrade the blacksmith first, otherwise I'm unable to build these things, these cat god stuff. So that's what I can do over here, but the downside is I don't have the gold at the moment to do that. So what we're gonna do is we can actually go and farm some things already, meaning we're gonna get some more Gungnir already and so on and so forth. There's 100 of possibilities to go after at the moment, since there's also so many equip I haven't unlocked yet, or rather have seen, because there have been rather new ones already and all the changes to it through the relaunch. So, but yeah, let's get this guy done first and see what we can do against him. But first, let's check him out. So what he gonna has is a void. So basically we can, or void element. So basically we can do and take any element and make damage to them. So, or to him. Do it through his rather low HP. He has only 25,000. We're gonna maybe have the possibility to use a ton of small units or probably something big, which is going to do all the jobs for us. The downside is he has Phantom Beast, and since it is located onto the right, it probably becomes the first one he is going to be sent, because he is starting with a fatality drink, meaning he probably is going to send the Phantom Beast at the very beginning. Also, as we can see over here, he has Shadow Goblin X. This is going to be something where we're going to take care of in the late game, I would say. Same for fairies, probably. These guys are going to be a bit troublesome if we don't have something to go against Wind. So in that case, we can, for example, once again go and try with Anuki Warrior or even maybe Ninja Assassins, even if they are rather low in HP for me. We probably want to take the dragon, the fire dragon, as a tank to go against those. But since once again the phantom beasts are rather high in attack and also rather high in HP, we probably have trouble using our fire dragon over here. We can only get like 3 hits from them with the fire dragon, and then he's good to go. Meaning we need something fast and strong to get rid of the phantom beast very quick. So, for example, we might be able to do something else over here. I'm not 1% sure what we can take or do against that, because even my Phantom Beasts don't have the HP to go against those guys. As you can see, HP over here is a rather big one. So maybe we can use something fast. Maybe we can use something in case of range, meaning we might want to take some elf rangers or something else with us, or maybe other units which are doing good amount of damage in a short amount of time. So that's what we can go over here. Maybe I'm gonna take out the Valkyries for the moment, and we could try out with Dwarf Shooters. The attack is rather okayish, and they are in good amount of numbers, and they can perform rather quick. Also, they are advancing rather fast instead of the Elf Ranger. Also, Elf Ranger does have less attack in total. And probably we can also try out the Centaur Archer, but even those guys are low or slow in advancing, or slower than the other ones, but they have a high range. So I would say we're gonna try that out and take these guys with us. Gonna do some electricity. I'm not sure if we need the Phantom Beast over here. Probably we can do something with them. So I would say I would start with the Fire Dragon to try anyhow tank out every impact over here. But also he seems to be AI bugged already, which is bad, so I need to restart the browser pretty quick. So whenever he is running next to you or is rather close to you at the very beginning, you want to make sure that you get rid of the AI bug. So what you need to do once again is you need to reload the page, go to any quest you can easily beat. In this case, probably mission 1 over here in chapter 1. Then go over and beat it pretty quick with Ninja Assassins probably or something else which is quick and advancing. Or just go over and do some stuff or some damage. And then we should be able to get rid of the AI bug. So I can go back to the mission where we are actually at and try again. So as you can see, the little guys over here, these phantom beasts, are a problem. And the Elf Ranger are too slow in advancing, I would say, so they cannot directly go and get rid of it. Downside also is the Fire Dragon does not do enough damage to them. To beat them instantly. So I'm gonna change my formation probably a bit more and get something which can hopefully do a bit more damage to them. Let's try out the Dwarf Shooter. Whoops, I didn't want it to go to the Discord. Okay, sorry about that. So, we can now try out and taking some of the dwarf shooters out in the beginning instead of taking the fire dragon, making them rather quickly fall down, as you can see. So what we can now do is we can probably take some, I don't know, Anuki warrior, because there are some of these little fairies over there which got rushed over. But on the other hand, there are true dragon, or there are these true fire guys over here, which gonna be another troublesome over here. So probably we gonna start again with these dwarf shooters, and maybe send even more out of it, since we probably don't need to take care of the fairies directly. And maybe now would be a good time actually to take some, or wait to get some bigger units out. But the downside is all these little guys over here, these little goblins, are doing a good amount of damage already. So what we can try is probably help with something else which is doing some tremendous amount of damage. And since they are true fire, we are not actually directly affected, but we are affected by the sheer amount of them. So that's what the problem is, no matter what kind of element they do or have. So what we could do or could try is probably get a Reaper out and to hold the first row back, and also at the same time I'm gonna try to get enough of the dwarf shooters out, but even that is not possible. Okay, I try again. Gonna push back a bit with the fist. The downside is when I use the fist I cannot rage him, which means again I cannot do much about it. So let's see if we find something we can do over here in a bit better way. Nope, they are just too strong, they just push through. So not too cool at all. Okay, so probably I try again with these guys at first, rage them. I only need, hopefully, one set of them, and maybe I'm gonna try out something different. But yeah, the sheer amount of the shadow goblins is just ruining it. So probably I'm not strong enough. Now I send it 2 times those dwarf shooters out. So they probably can get rid of the first wave. Rather simple. Maybe now I try to do something. No way. If 2 are slipping through, they're gonna insta kill me. That's not good. Okay, so we need something to tank away the goblins. So I don't think that the ninja assassins are doing a good job over here. Maybe we can use something out of Earth. So first I'm gonna take out again 2 packs of this dwarf shooter. But the ninjas or the little goblins are doing a good job in deleting me or destroying me. So maybe I'm gonna do it a bit different now. Maybe something faster in the beginning. Nope, no way. Okay, so what does it mean is actually we need something anyhow to tank or to switch out. Maybe we're gonna take 2 times Dwarf Shooter, so we have some good amount of time at first. And then I need to send something else to go against all the fire units, because they are doing full damage to my Dwarf Shooters. And I cannot do anything against it, as you can see. Once they are done with everything else, no deal for my people here, or my Dwarf Shooter. So, probably something firish, as I said before, is going to help over here when I would be able to call them at least a second faster. So, 1 Dwarf Shooter, then maybe some Anuki Warrior. But I cannot stand against the sheer amount. And also there is RNG involved once again, which is not so cool at the very beginning. And we're gonna die over here pretty easily. Once again, they slip through. The Anuki Warrior are too slow in advancing, so we probably stick to something which has water in its set. Maybe instead of taking these guys, let's see what kind of water units I got over here. We got the Valkyries. Probably we're gonna take the Sharkmen as a tank. We can try that. I need to wait until the Valkyries are actually able to do anything over here, or at least come into the front, and then they can take care of that. That's good. The downside is they're gonna die easily by the ferries in the center, and the ferries are the biggest problem over here, so we need to even tank those at the same time with some huge unit or whatever. Maybe we are not too far away with taking some Reaper and something else. We need high RNG, of course. And also Reaper, he can tank all of that, but he's easily dying, as you can see, once again from the ferries, because these girls are doing tremendous amount of damage over here and are just not able to beat it. So what we need is we need something firish in the very end or in the very beginning to tank away all the ferries' damage. Or at least taking fire units, like, or maybe wind units to go pass by pretty quick. Maybe we can try out this little Phantom Beast as well. The downside is all of these heavy units are going to cost a lot in case of mana in the beginning, so we need to play the big ones first if we want to use big ones. So what else could we do? Let's see. Instead, I mean, Valkyries is not a bad idea at the beginning to get rid of the first good amount of these guys, of the Shadow Goblins, but we have the problem that we are unable to hit the backside. So maybe we're gonna take something small with us, which can fire, instead of tanking, just firing far away. Maybe I'm gonna do a good mix over here with Puppy Dragon and... the downside is I cannot do this. I need something in the front. I need something in the front to tank all the goblins as well. Well, okay, so the damage is fine. Maybe we're gonna take and try Sharkmen out. So, Dwarf Shooters are able to clear it at the very beginning. I only need 1 set, which is decent. But now I need something to tank away everything else. Meanwhile doing damage. And also not getting destroyed too fast over here. And even that, they are pushing away so hard. And that's not a good one as well. So, what else can we do? What else can we take? And how can we keep them on distance? So the best way to keep them on distance is still the Dwarf Shooter, because of the speed, of the advanced speed, as well as the shooting speed. So probably we need to do something like, something like hopping around, or I need I don't know, fire unit, which is able to tank away all the incoming damage by the goblins. So maybe I never played Mad Bull. Maybe we're gonna take those guys. We could also try the Elite Dwarves, but the HP is rather low. Same here for Mad Bull, not a big one. So, but maybe we can try them out as well. They are rather small units, shouldn't take too much away from my mana pool. But still somehow I need to get through it. And as you can see, the amount of dwarf shooters do have or do make a difference later on. So RNG is important over here. We need to make sure that they don't slip through. We need to make sure that we have anyhow more than enough units to tank away the wind damage in the beginning or in the front, as well as get a good amount of other units out to get rid of the fairies in the center of the playfield. And if we are done with that, I believe we should be able to... Yes, that's working kinda good. So now we have those little elite dwarf guys in the front, tanking away all the damage, and the dwarf shooter are doing the damage from the back row. And that's cool, that's more than we need, I guess, to clear this mission off. Also the pushback of the dwarf shooter are going to hold down or hold back all the little goblins. Pretty decent, that's how we can do it, how we can beat it. And so we have a possibility now to repeat it and test again. So once again I sent those. First the dwarf shooter, then I rage, then I sent one pack of elite dwarfs, and then again rage of course the whole time as often as possible, and keep on sending dwarf shooters. And now I'm gonna rage again, send another elite dwarf pack, rage again, send dwarf shooter, and so on and so forth. So always for me in some kind of triangle shape over here, so we can get rid of sooner or later of the fairies in the center. And I believe that's at the moment the best way I can figure out. Probably I can also use any other fire tankish unit which are able to tank away those fairies, because they're really awful to us. And also they can tank away the shadow goblins, which are true fire, and our dwarf guys, or how are they called, elite dwarfs. They are not being hit much by these enemies at all. And there we go. About 45 seconds to clean this one. I believe that's a good time. That's everybody can do over here. Everybody can make it through it. And now I can basically go and farm this until I'm done with the complete mission over here to master this one. So meanwhile, this is I can calculate like how often or how long it's going to take until I'm beating this. So since I have to clean this one in total 19 times, meaning I have to do this like whenever time everything goes good and we don't have any mistakes or anything else or misclicks, whatever, then I should be able to beat this in, I don't know, maybe in 10, well, let's say 15 minutes probably, to master this mission out. Because, well, you have also all those clicks in between, probably some lagging, as it for me starts whenever the game field is full with a ton of monsters or enemies or whatever. So this is going to take even longer, I guess, for that. Also, as you can see, sometimes it's a bit higher, sometimes it's a bit slower, whatever. Probably we don't even need that much amount of elite dwarfs at the beginning, so probably only 2 packs or something are going to be enough for it. Maybe only 1. We have to test this one, of course. Oh, that's a bad one. RNG wasn't nice to us. Play again. Yeah, this is happening due through misclicks, for example, or this is happening whenever, I'm too slow in pressing. Once again, you can always do keyboard inputs. I barely do that, but probably I should change it sooner or later to get them, get my units out a bit faster. I wonder if one pack is enough, but I don't think that it is so, because the first row of them already died. So I need to have another pack in front. And also, since I get all the arrows on the head like the whole time, and they're even able to slip through anyhow, we need a good amount of dwarf shooters first. Have some elite dwarves being in the front, and hopefully sooner or later doing enough damage to the enemies. And now it's taking too much time already, and also they overrun me. So this is not a safe way, but actually the closest I can come across at the moment. And do us all this pushbacks, but once again you need to be lucky to have all the units, once again, based on RNG, spawned rather close to your hero character. Otherwise, it might happen that they are too slow in advancing, as well as they are getting rid of you rather quick as well. Because once again, sometimes it happens that you don't have enough space in between. Also, once again, when they are too much in the back or into the left side, spawning over there, that's a bad one, since once again they are starting to weigh too much in the background, and that's meaning we're gonna lose some second here and there, and in the end we don't make it. Okay, so ferries hopefully gone soon, but doesn't seem so. They overrun me again. Timer is lower than I should be at, and so since I know I can beat this one faster, and also they are taking advantage now of that situation, I'm gonna have to repeat this once again. So if you see that, if you see and feel that stuff is taking too long, you're good to go and just end the battle. You shouldn't care about losing the battle because, well, you know, stuff happens. And it's absolutely necessary, to save time, actually, in such a game where you need to, wait or farm and, repeat stuff all over the place. And you're better in doing, repeatedly, just go out of the round and start again. So finally, ferry once again is down. I cannot spam any more units because I have over 90 already. And now I just need to wait until they, beat this dude. So I need at least 2 of the elite dwarf packs to tank as long as the goblins are going to be there. Why, by the way, am I using the elite dwarves is, let's say, rather simple, or let's say it is better to use those. Why? Because they only cost 1. Anuki warrior for that particular case are too expensive since they have a cost of 3. Of course they have better stats, but that's not the deal. Let's see, what about the Mad Bull? Mad Bull would be one which we can also use over here. Maybe we're gonna test them rather quick, because they are kind of tanky but slowish as well. So probably we're gonna test that with the Mad Bull over here. Wow, but they're rather fast in advancing. I'm not sure if that is a good or a bad thing, but actually they're able to push forward kind of quick. Currently I have the problem that I don't have enough Mad Bulls out. Probably the population is too small, or I was too fast. Or I thought they're gonna do it alone, I don't know. So I need to do the triangle one once again. So gonna take Dwarf Shooter, then 1 pack of Mad Bull, and then repeat. But these guys are not able to tank it. As you can see, the Mad Bull do die faster than they can advance. And before I even make it so that the ferries are going to get even any hit, the Mad Bulls are, actually overrunning me. So I'm gonna leave do play again, and Mad Bull are not a good decision over here, so you probably want to stick with that, elite dwarfs, even if they are not always the best choice, but for that round, they make sense to tank away all the enemies. So once again, Mad Bull probably has the problem of population, or just the pure HP population problem, or HP setup problem over here. But actually, dwarfs, the population shouldn't be the problem. It seems, since the elite dwarfs come with 18, the Mad Bull with 20. So Mad Bull, not a good choice over here. I cannot spam any more units, so I can keep it as is, or just barely can send them. So I still keep on, raging and sending dwarf shooters whenever I can. Meaning whenever I am at 90 or even below, and then I should be able to beat K-Hobbit rather quick. There we go. So yeah, that's the deal. You can try out with Mad Bull if you have different setup. If you, for example, have any fire weapons, you can absolutely try that stuff out. Again, a bad luck in my starting position over here. So I didn't had enough of the dwarf shooters out already. Same here, bad RNG. No way to beat it, but I better die faster than, you know, slower. Okay, so now the dwarfs are in the front. Gonna send another pack of dwarfs just in case. Rage them once possible. And again, go with dwarf shooters or dwarf sharpshooters. And now there should be more than enough of these guys in the front. And now we should be able to take care of the ferries again, and so on and so forth. So, rather repetitive and rather simple, once you know how to do it. And K-Hobbit should be down in the next 4 seconds. There we go. Okay. Also, we get some tortoise shell. I have no idea. I guess it's something in which we need to build stuff. But let's see. I already made it 6 times, so it's going to take at least, I believe, 10 more minutes to beat this completely or master this one completely. Probably I'm gonna check out the village and see if I can take my hard-earned gold over here and invest into the upgrade cost of this to get my blacksmith to level 8. And I guess it was level 9, which I need for the cat god stuff. So once again, here's the Gangnir, which I use at the moment rather often. No, here it is. Cat god stuff, level 8. Okay, cool. So, as you can see, Cat God stuff is going to give us +9 mana time, hero, element, item gold, and EXP 16. So, meaning when we wear this, we're gonna be almost as good as with the Gangnir in case of timing, since once again the Gangnir has a mana +20 in the beginning, meaning we will not start full with 5, but probably with 6 or 7, but we cannot actually take 7 with us, so probably a good amount between both is actually something we want to take or get after. So to get one of these Cat God stuff, I'm gonna have to farm 3 more Ancient Tusk, and also I need to buy 7 Lucky Charm, or maybe I can farm them. I'm not 1% sure because I haven't checked this inside the market. I'm not sure where they're even at. Maybe here on this little tab. So in here I cannot purchase any of these things, so probably gonna take care of that later on, or maybe they're dropping somewhere. So, but at the moment I have no idea where to get it, so gonna have to invest some time and find out. Okay, so still I'm going to go and farm this one down until it's done, hopefully as soon as possible. Wow, that was another bad RNG one. So once again, if you want to just go by, okay, that's fine for you, and you, yeah, absolutely can, yeah, do that. But I would recommend just farm this one down to the master. Everything, once again, since you want to have the possibility to get the next reward, which is for, I believe, 36 missions mastered. Probably there are easier ones than that to master, but also we are later on getting even more rewards for mastering even more missions. Also, once again, if you're a higher level, at least higher than me, you can probably beat this easier depending on what the hero is you have or you own, and then you can, yeah, do this one later on. Still, you need a lot of crystals for that. Other heroes. Also, there's like no explanation what hero doing over here. You just have to rely on somebody else's info and hopefully get the correct info for that. And that's what I'm actually have the trouble with. I cannot find, or can barely find out, where a hero or angel, what is it called? Well, the Angel Seraphiel, where it is. Is it in the castle throne? Is it somewhere I have to build it, like in the monster lab? I have no idea, and I have to check this one out first. Otherwise, I cannot, yeah, do or work into the correct direction. Also, the same problem appears to how much coast intense is it? I mean, how many crystals do I need? I have no idea. Or can I buy it with gold as well? Even that, no idea. And that's what I a bit missing over here in the game. Like all the infos about the skills or skill sets before you buy anything or waste your money for nothing. Actually, the hard-earned gold, even if you can, yeah, farm this rather quick, the problem is always the same. You have too less info about all the heroes. So like a bestiary or something where all the units and all the monsters are probably being listed would be a rather interesting or good idea in here to make sure that you get all the infos meanwhile you play the game. So, bad RNG over here. All my, yeah, elite dwarves are down again. Still some fairies left. I get hit by lots of these arrows. Bad thing. As you can see, the fairies are super bad, super ugly. And even I get hit by that. So once again, if you see something like that, it's probably better to just retreat and try again. Because it's absolutely wasting your time. As you can see, I cannot make any step further. I just quit it here and try again. I was a bit too slow here in getting them out, but still a good one, since RNG was, well, not on my side again. So yeah, try to press these buttons as quick as you can, or use your keyboard for faster input, and just mash it. And again, if he is going to be AI bugged, just get rid of the AI bug first, before you even try to do anything else. Finally, they made it. The dwarf shooter were able to get rid of all the fairies. So these are the biggest trouble over here in this round. The fairies. Cannot spam anymore. That's bad. I need more. So a good amount of 2, maybe 3 elite dwarfs should be more than enough to beat this one down. Just so you know again. Okay, another level up. Nothing fancy. I believe I leveled like 4 times already. Still, I'm gonna, yeah, do my attacks and stuff like that later on. Maybe in the next one, maybe in the next video, I don't know, or a live stream. Or maybe the end, whenever I'm done with all of the farming over here. This is taking so much time. And I have no allied guys in the front anymore, only dwarf shooters. So probably there are going to be a good amount of creatures to die. But also, in that high amount of numbers, they are rather good in holding all the shadow goblins back. Bad RNG! Oh my god, so close. I guess until the fairies are not down, you might want to keep on spawning allied dwarfs. Or when they are actually in a good amount of numbers already, only then you can go forward and keep on only shooting or spawning dwarf shooters out. So they can actually take care of all the goblins. And of course, afterwards taking care of Mr. K Hobbit. There we go, took a while longer, maybe 5 seconds longer or 4 than usual, which shouldn't be too hard, or shouldn't be too big issue over here. Oh yeah, what a good RNG for me. Oh yeah, of course. Well, once again, the slower or the more to the left they're spawning, the better the solution, or the better, actually uglier the way to beat this. So yeah, once again, if you are not, or if you haven't beaten the fairies in the center of the playfield already, then you should keep on sending. You should keep on sending allied dwarfs before they because you're unable to beat it or actually reach the center of the playfield. As you can see, it's just not possible because they're gonna do all the pushbacks. All the freaking goblins are going to push you hard away. But you need to make sure that you can actually take care of all the goblins. So, like, tanking them away, so you're gonna open the way for the dwarf shooter to do the damage to the fairies. And once you start to do damage to the fairies, I guess you can stop it, like stopping with doing allied dwarfs, because the rest of them in the front should be able to do the rest. And also should be able to go forward a bit, push forward a bit, and then you only need, once again, dwarf shooters, a good amount, to get rid of Mr. K Hobbit. Okay, and so we can redo that until we hopefully one day are able to beat this. But that, once again, bad RNG over here, can happen that I'm going to lose it, because I made a small mistake as well. Because now I have no allied dwarf in the forward, actually, and so they're gonna rush over and pass by and do damage to my hero. So this is important. It is important that you have always at least some of the allied dwarfs in the beginning. Once again, this has taken a long time already again, so... But since I'm rather close to the ferries, I guess I try to fulfill it still. There we go. But now I need to wait another half minute, which I could use for, you know, an extra or another round already. But sooner or later we should be able to beat this, even if once again this round took too long, way too long, because of my mistake. So the game does not let you do mistakes except in case of time. Like if you want to waste time, you can do mistakes, but you shouldn't. So always do the triangle one over here, otherwise you lose a lot of time. In this case, once again, RNG is against me again. No problem. Gonna try again. And if you lose at the very, very first try, no worries. You're gonna do it one day, no matter what. Maybe it feels now that it is better to do like one dwarf shooter, then maybe 2 times allied dwarfs, and then keep on going with dwarf shooter. Maybe that's a better one, since I can instantly push through with 2 packs instead of waiting for other dwarf shooters first and then gonna do a second round. Maybe not a bad idea over here. In case of time, maybe it doesn't really matter. We'll see that in a moment, I guess, whenever the clock hits 8:22. We know that it doesn't make any difference, but the difference is, at least you have to get out allied dwarfs. So, I'm gonna try that. So I do 1 dwarf shooter, rage, do 1 allied dwarf, and whenever I can, taking out another allied dwarf to tank away, you know, all the goblins. RNG hates me for that, so I'm gonna try again. So once again, once dwarf shooter, then 2 times allied dwarfs, one after another, and then keep on going only with dwarf shooters from this point. Maybe that works, maybe doesn't. We have less dwarf shooters in the beginning, but we have more tanky units in the front, which might secure some mistakes at the point. Like if you don't do triangle, you can probably do this better. And looks good so far. I mean, they could, even those, or only those 2 allied dwarf packs have been more than enough to tank it completely until they reach the center. And then when you go and just back them up with a ton of that dwarf shooter, that should be better. Actually more secure. In this case. Pretty decent, I would say. So try to figure on your own also some strategies. Maybe you find something different over here. Maybe you have some catguard stuff already when you know where you get the lucky charm. So which would increase your overall damage at least, I don't know, several times. And also you would earn way more EXP, gold, item drop rate and all the other stuff, as well as, I don't know, whatever the other stuff was. So a good amount of stuff when you're going after the catguard stuff on your own. But for the moment, since I don't have access to Lucky Charm, you know, doesn't really make sense to me. So I need to upgrade the market to see if I'm able to get one anywhere there, or maybe I find a mission sooner or later where I can actually drop that lucky charm. Maybe I found it already, but I don't remember. Who knows? Gonna have to check that later on. So took a while because I forgot to rate them, I guess, or something. I don't know. Still not too bad. Still was working. So with the 2 packs of Elite Dwarfs in the beginning, no RNG again. So when you do dwarf shooters to get away or get rid of the Phantom Beast, then 2 times Elite Dwarfs, and then keep on going with dwarf shooter. Should be the best and fastest way, at a low level of course, to go to the center of the playfield and beat down all the fairies, because they are actually, yeah, in your way, right? They are the hardest to beat here at the very beginning. Because also, once again, the heavy damage when you roll over, you can see they have a 2300 attack. That's insane. And that for a rather low, yeah, level, I would say, or a chapter or whatever. But yeah, due through the fatality drink he has equipped, all their units are going to be strengthened. So, how much more do I need to do this? 3 more times and then I'm done with Chapter 6, Mission 5. Pretty cool. So, took a while. And RNG, once again, is not good with me. That's insane. So, yeah, try again. Don't care about losing, because you can't do anything against it anyways. But sometimes you are lucky and they are splitted or too far away from him in case of spawning, then you shouldn't have any problem in advance rather quick. And also get rid of him, or at least the Phantom Beast in the very beginning. Okay, so all my elite dwarfs are down now, but still the goblins shouldn't be any problem at all because of the sheer amount of my units. And then we should be able to beat this guy. Whoa, that was a rather fast one. We saved like 4 seconds somewhere. Maybe in because of RNG at the very beginning, where they haven't been stuck together as they usually do. And also they couldn't do any damage to me, and also... oh no, that was my mistake. Or RNG, or both. So as you can see, when they are split, they can actually do rather quickly take care of the first one and then take care of the second one. But the goblins have been too close. Or maybe my elite dwarfs have been too much in the background, so they couldn't tank away the damage from the goblins. That was a bad one, because this time I didn't do 2 times elite dwarf, meaning they are not too much in the front now, which they usually are when you send them to, you know, the 2 packs one after another. They should be able to beat it still, but gonna take longer this time. because they haven't even reached the center of the playfield. And now the ferries, still there. So as you can see, the time is just being bad with me, no problem, hopefully at all. Hopefully can still beat this, well, at least I guess it will, but takes longer than it should. Way too long. But no problem, I'm almost done with all of that. Beating this one down over here. I guess that should be the last round right now. But due to all the losers in between, I forgot to tell. Or actually, I forgot to count. But yeah, RNG does not like me once again. So I'm gonna retry. That's so funny. Because the Phantom Beasts are finishing, even if they're dead already, they're finishing their animation. And meaning that, by the way, that was good RNG, like getting rid of them in the eye blink. The problem with the Phantom Beasts is they're hopping around. Meanwhile, hopping, they are invulnerable. Then they go to the left, doing 1 damage first. Then they are vulnerable, but they are not dying when you kill them. They are still hopping back, doing another damage to you, even if they basically shouldn't be able to. But they finish their animation, and if they do so, they're gonna do damage. That's very strange. Even if they don't have any HP left, they should be just, you know, gone, but they're not. So, well, yeah, that's actually that's the hard part over here, you know. You can beat them, but they still hop back and do damage and probably gonna take your last HP to bring you down. Okay, so this has been a rather long stream already, almost 1 hour now. In mastering this one, I expected to beat this one faster, but yes, stuff happens. RNG is not good with me, but I still made it in that almost 1 hour. So I gotta check some dailies and weeklies over here pretty quick. Nothing fancy for me. I don't really care about them at the moment, as I explained already in one of the last videos or streams. Because, well, you know, I have no idea how many crystals I'm gonna need. If you are playing the game, you should care about these quests, dailies and weeklies. Fulfill them completely to get every time your rewards as much as you can to get your hands onto all the crystals on the dailies and on the weeklies, as well as don't forget to go to rewards, daily login, and claim your daily login as well. So at the 7th day on Sunday, by the way, and it is always on Sunday, you're gonna be able to get the 50 over here, but only if you are on all the other days over here. Same for rush token. Make sure you're gonna get your hands on some of these. Maybe 30 should be more than enough, at least for later missions. Like when you don't like to, you know, farm missions, then you can take like 5 rush tokens or whatever it does cost here, or I currently have 5 probably. Then you rush it, you're gonna waste 1 token, and then you don't need to do that, but you still get XP gold as well as random drops at this point. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to sub this video up or the stream up if you like it, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and feel free to tune on the next one. Thanks a lot for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.